Yep, that's to Khanyisa Chawane for persistent contact, and umpire just saying to her, you know, it's a third time, so she does need to tidy it up.
She's very clear in her instruction. Hands in from England. They were forced into that.
Yeah, so got to give credit to the English Roses. Defensively, they created that. But that's well picked up there by Fisher. I think Fisher has certainly been the game changer, you know, as far as that shooting circle is concerned for England.
We might see another change for England. There's been some instruction down on the bench of shot, but for the moment, and that one just bubbled over for Fisher. And that's because of all that was happening in front of her too.
So England have actually scored on the back of a Spark Proteas centre pass, and that's all it takes, one turnover. And it looks like the Spark Proteas could return the favour here.
I wonder if Fisher maybe just in that last passage of play, there was a lot of contact in that circle. Just maybe put her off for a shot a bit, but try now defensively to get that ball back for England. South Africa though, need that patient build-up. A couple of times we saw them with a loose ball in that first half. Oh, the turn from Pogita, then the lovely little layoff in to Berger. And the centre pass. This for a chance to get it back within one again.
Oh, that's a great setup there. Bongi Msomi had two defenders on her. She pulled them away, but set up an overlay for Pogita to receive that centre pass. I thought that was cleverly done.
46 goals from 49 attempts. I talked Berger into that one. I was just about to say how brilliant South Africa have been in that circle.
Well, she'll get a second chance.
It
does count, yeah.
All right, time called. Now, we saw that caution against Chawane. And it looks like she's going to head off.
Yeah, she does.
Wise move.
It is a good move. I mean, if you've already been issued with a warning, you don't want to run the risk of, you know, playing with 6 players at any point. So it is the right call by the head coach by bringing Monique Reyneke. And immediately you can see the benefits with a great steal from the Spark Proteas.
Msomi, contact in there with Panagari. She ended up on her backside. And Msomi's great centre of gravity. She's going nowhere. She sticks to that court. And now Bongi Msomi, South Africa captain. 1, 2, 3, look around. Can't deliver the ball, but Francis gets it. Well, South Africa needed a little something, and that change has happened. And the ball through, and have a look at the score.
I'm looking away deliberately because I absolutely cannot take this game. It has just been, you know, living up to what we expected yesterday. I'm still not convinced we're going to go to extra time, Caroline.
We're going to have a little wipe up on the court. We thought maybe there might be a change for England, but everyone sat down and settled on that bench. Things too tight now. South Africa making that change. England with everything as it's been. Simi, you're going to have that moment to calm down, and this is Pogita just having a little chat with her ball at the back, and Pogita really this heartbeat of the team, but just trying. I mean, you don't argue with that stare, do you, Simi?
No, definitely not. But I think she's really done well. Even just the transitions she's made from goal shooter to goalkeeper. From goal shooter to goal attack rather. But just her face, you know, the expression in her face is saying a lot at this stage in terms of her focus and just the fearlessness on court.
The voice of Simi Umtaka, South Africa player. Oh, they didn't need that one. Well played, England. Williams and Corbin. Corbin looks once, twice, through net. Back to one, and the centre pass. This is how quickly this level of netball can change. England can put a 2-goal run on. South Africa now putting that wall in front of them. Haythorne break.
Just step forward,
they were closing in.
Yeah, definitely. Fisher just too good on her feet. You know, if she's shut down, she changes her feet and creates more options for the attackers. And I think there's so, you know, it's great to see such intelligent
George Fisher. Another one through for England, the 50 up. 2 goals the difference.
That is contact, Wang.
It was Erin Berger, who's just retired from the Spa national team.
I mean, I wouldn't come and watch it. You sit in the stands
contact, Wang.
when all this is happening in front of you. I know you're finding it hard to sit on your hands, but for Erin Berger, knowing she could have been out there.
She probably wants to put her sneakers on and jump in there. What a great steal there.
They could do with it now. And here come England again.
Yeah, defensively, England has certainly, I think, you know, been charged up in the dying stages of this quarter.
Contact centre. Fine there, centre the side. Centre. Contact on the ball.
And Karine Corbin makes it South Africa 48, England 51.
Contact centre in the back. Centre.
Clark with her bib swaying in the breeze of Cape Town, looking for options. Out to Haythornthwaite, from one captain to the former captain, and now into Corbin. Just over the top, but there's that wingspan of George Fisher. Keeps the ball on court for England. Approaching the 5.5-minute mark. England 1 up in this series. This for an unassailable 2-0 lead. Takes an age, but through. 4 goals now. I don't want to say it because we were in a similar position yesterday, but
yeah.
South Africa need now. This is the moment that bit of energy needs to come through.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at, you know, what's taken place, it's 2 intercepts that have put England where they are right now, because I think defensively they've just turned things up a notch, and it's definitely starting to make a difference for them. So the Spa approaches effectively need 2 intercepts, you know, to get them back into this game, and it's not that easy when you're coming up against the English Roses. There's Fisher again with that lunge.
Just every time it just sucks a little bit of the atmosphere out here in Cape Town. Now they need the crowd around them. There's Berger. Oh, Ziggy Berger. Hard, tough. She's getting up. Just the check on the back of her head. I think.
Yeah, I think
back took most of the reaction to that. She's all right. She's going to go and give it a wipe.
Yeah. Came up underneath her. It's a warning.
A warning for Stacey Francis.
Wait, no whistle.
And Potgieter with the ball through. And the 50 up then for South Africa. 4.5 minutes.
Damage centre obstruction. Damage offside centre.
And Fisher with that to put it back to 4. No, this is a big goal. Could be a big goal for George Fisher.
South Africa. Contact with defence. Yes. Going. Hold time. Contact. Where you are, shooter, step up with her.
There's Francis again. And this time, Stacey Francis gets the call. And Francis, that warning aside, she's been one of the players that's really stood out for England in this. A real contender for player of the match. And also the England captain, Nat Haythornthwaite. Again, calm and leading for the front. And then George Fisher, the impact she's made on court since coming on. For a long time, she stuck at 100%. Just a couple of wobbles from her. And as for South Africa, Ziggy Berger up the other side. And Berger, her introduction, it looks like South Africa will be the losing side, Simi, but Ziggy Berger too has come on and been impressive.
She really has. I mean, she made a wholesale difference in the shooting circle of the Spark Proteas, and I do think, you know, they were pretty much toe-to-toe, except in just the last 5 or 6 minutes of this game, because Francis with Williams made a wholesale difference there.
Another brilliant passage of play, and it's difficult because South Africa, perhaps knowing how far they are behind, just how difficult it is be. But there is Ziggy Berger heading off court, and we'll see Rademan come back on court too.
Yeah, it's there's 2.5 minutes remaining, Caroline, in this game. I think it could be a little bit too late, you know, to make this introduction.
Is that seems slightly unfair?
Centre, ball please.
I think it just could have been made a little bit sooner, you know, and perhaps that's where, you know, we could have seen the full value of having Rademan on goal attack.
So this is another enforced change. What had happened is Polgita on court, and there's some blood on her dress. And so everyone just checking where that blood's come from. And the ball as well, there's no blood on that ball. So you have to head off court if you've got blood on your dress too. So Polgita goes off. I mean, they wouldn't have wanted that change if this is to come back. Well, Imari Venter, one of those players that would have gone to the World Cup with South Africa, but picking up that injury, and she was replaced by Ziggy Berger in that World Cup squad, but she's got real quality as well.
She certainly does, and it's great to see that she'll get some time on court. But Williams just, you know, making things difficult for the Spark Proteas in that circle, as she has for the duration of the match.
2 minutes to pull it back, surely too much for South Africa.
Sorry, goal defence.
It's almost got the polite applause status in the crowd, hasn't it? Bounce then, in from Haythornthwaite to Corbin. And there's George Fisher again.
Yeah, Fisher certainly made the difference for me in that shooting circle of England, and I don't think the Spark Proteas really had an answer to her onslaught in that circle.
Still they come though. South Africa. Well, the series will be beyond them and beyond the president of Netball South Africa, Cecilia Molokwane, in the crowd. But they've certainly stood up to England. This new combinations within this England team. South Africa, to much criticism, Simi, previously about whether the starting 7 was great, but whether the squad depth was there from South Africa. But we've seen some of those players step up from the bench and step up on court.
We have, definitely. I think there is a lot of depth in the side, but what's missing, I think, is just the close off, you know, towards the end. They've been brilliant performance throughout, but I think, you know, England did take it up one notch towards the end.
England going to win this one, but South Africa with ball in hand at the moment. Rademan just facing the might of Stacey Francis. Surely one of those who could have been player of the match today. Williams in there too, back on court as well. And there's Rademan, so impressive for South Africa yesterday. Too little, too late though for this South Africa side. As the clock counts down inside Cape Town, it's going to be England who take the victory as George Fisher plucks that one out of the air. And there goes the hooter. She'll be allowed to take it. That one though, will it count? Yes, George Fisher with a hug. She ends up with a match ball too. How impressive was she when she came on? It was those changes from Jess Thirlby ultimately that counted for this England Roses side. That's it. It's a series win for England in that first test under Thirlby. 2-0 they lead. We've got one more game to come, but England with the advantage. They can't be beaten here. South Africa 53, England 59.